Here we go again. Blue Buzz Sports TV hating on Javante Tank Davis once again. So Tank Davis made an Instagram post the other day dedicated to his coach, Calvin Ford, where he says, quote, he needs a book, a documentary. You'll be inspired to know what he beat, how many lives he saved, how many kids he lost, but never lost faith. He lost it all, and I'm a witness of that. Never folded once. I could go on and on about this hero. We built this shit off love, heart, and loyalty. We will win this battle, and I will make sure of that. Now, if you go into the comments of this post, you will see a comment left by Lorenzo Simpson. If you're not familiar with who that is, that's another one of Calvin Ford's fighters, 160-pounder. You know, good boxing skills, good power, very good prospect. Which is funny when you think back of the Tank and Rolly press conference when Rolly's coach Bullet asked Calvin Ford what other professional fighters he has. So I think that's kind of funny, but that's another topic. So under this comment, Tank responds, disloyalty. And then he responds again, I don't want no beef. Go with your Muslim brother. Chuck responds, you want to be so funny. I'm cool with both of y'all. Fight and see who win. Ain't got shit to do with me. To which a fan responds to Chuck and says, big bro Javante whooping that nigga and he about to beat Garcia ass. Shit not going past 7 rounds. Facts. Which Chuck responds, he should. I don't think nobody can beat Tank but Tank. And he responds to another fan that said, that's pussy. Y'all came up together. To this fan, he said, this is boxing, not the streets. It's my big brother versus my friend. If they was beefing or something else, it would be different. So in that little back and forth, they were obviously referring to Devin Haney, the undisputed champion at 135. Devin is, or Chuck is, pretty close with Devin. And obviously he came up with Tank in the Upton Boxing Center in Baltimore. He's gone through Devin's last 2 camps with him. Made both trips to Australia. Fought on the last card. So they got a pretty good relationship. But that was the whole little back and forth. We don't know how serious Tank was being. We know he likes to play. Truck was dropping laughing emojis, so you don't know how serious they really could be. It could be brothers just playing around, messing with each other. That's it. But Blue Blood Sports took this opportunity. Hold up. I refer to him as the commander-in-chief of the Team Haney Task Force. You know, he go above and beyond for Devin Haney. Whatever chance he get to attach Devin Haney's name to Tank Davis to build up his hype, that's what he does. He looks for any opportunity to do so. So obviously, a situation like this with Truck and Tank, he can't wait to jump on. And that's exactly what he did. He dropped a video today. Let me check the title real fast. The title of the video he dropped was Disdain. If you rock with Devin Haney, stay away from me, Javante Tank Davis. In the video, he says a lot of things. He says Tank doesn't provide opportunities for Truck. He says Tank wants yes men around him and doesn't want to help anybody. You know, he insinuated Tank was acting like a female. You know, a lot of stuff. Then, towards the end, he lied when he said that Tank called Devin Haney out after his last fight, which is a lie. Tank called Devin Haney out during fight week before his last fight. What do you think about that?
He's an email champ. He's an email champ. He's fighting because somebody mailed him the belt. How is that? Did that ever happen in boxing before? And he's talking crazy. And he still got like, come on. So if you win, you said all that. If you win, I'm not out my contract. Let's make the fight happen. Since you was want to talk crazy, let's do that. I want to fight you if you win, Devin Haney.
Then he tells Tank to pursue Devin Haney like he's pursuing Ryan Garcia. He said it's the same size fight, and we all know that's a lie. I don't care how much of a fan of Devin Haney you are. You know that's not a big fight. And Leonard Ellerbe already broke this down to you. Leonard Ellerbe already pulled Blue Blood aside and explained to him why the fights that he thinks is big fights are not big fights. He already been through this with him. But here he is pushing the narrative again. And I don't know what it is, but it's obvious there's a lot of animosity here. It's been here for a while. For Leonard to even pull him to the side, Leonard obviously felt that too. In his videos about Tank, he says he likes Tank, this and that. But if you can read body language and read the way he talks about these other fighters and talks about Tank, there's something there. There's some animosity there. I don't know what it's about, And it ain't just him. It's the whole LGBT boxing community. Everybody in that community, when they make their videos about Tank, there's always a negative undertone to it, and you can feel it. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Bill Haney in their ear. They all got a great relationship with Bill Haney. Bill Haney keeps the media on his side. Or maybe somebody reached out for an interview and Tank didn't want to do an interview. Or maybe they just don't like him as a fighter. I don't know. But it's something there. Anybody that can read situations can see it. It's not really hard to see, Some of them even been openly disrespectful with it too, so.
Like I said, he ran from Lomachenko for 5 years. And I got the motherfucking proof to prove it. How about that? All you motherfuckers in the comment section talking about Tanky D, Tanky yeah, Tank. Man, Tank ain't shit.
Tank has never been a champion.
Yeah, he's been a champion, but a B-side, he'll be a JV champion right now.
But it's gotta stop at some point. I understand we all want to see Tank in there with the best fighters, but we don't gotta disrespect him and downplay his skill. People down talk his resume. People say he never fought anybody, all this and all that. I'm a Tank fan. I'm not gonna get on here and lie to y'all and say I'm not a Tank fan. There's a new thing that they've been pushing, where they say, I'm not a fan of a fighter, I'm a fan of boxing, I'm a fan of the sport. You can be both. You can be a fan of the sport and have a favorite fighter that you pick to choose, not even just one, that you pick to follow and support. Me personally, I follow all Calvin Ford's fighters because I got respect for Calvin Ford. I got respect for Coach Kenny. I got respect for the whole camp. So I follow Tank closely. I follow Truck. I follow Malik Hawkins. They had another fighter there, young fighter, Malik Warren. I think he's signed to Mayweather Promotions too. And I think he actually moved gyms. He moved down to Philly with Bozy and them. I follow him. I like the whole camp. And I'm still a fan of the sport. So that narrative needs to stop. I follow Coach Kenny's daughter, Mia Ellis. They got a new young fighter that just turned pro. Too Sharp. I follow him. I follow the whole camp. I pay attention to the amateurs, because they're building something special over there. It ain't just Tank over there. So I'm a fan of the whole camp. And not just that camp. I'm a fan of Boots, of course. I feel like everybody's a fan of Boots. I'm a fan of Earl Spence. I'm a fan of a lot of fighters. I'm a fan of Cool Boy. I follow all these fighters. I'm a fan of Shakur. I follow all these fighters, man. There's nothing wrong with having a favorite fighter or fighters that you pay attention to more than others. That narrative got to stop. So me personally, I can't wait till Tank makes his fight with Devin Haney. It's going to shut a lot of people up. A lot of people who think they know boxing will look at the Tank and Devin matchup and say, this is a horrible matchup for Tank. It's a bad style matchup for Tank. Devin's too big and he's a boxer. I disagree. I think this is a horrible matchup for Devin Haney. I think Tank stops Devin in 9 or 10 rounds. It'll be a tough fight, trying to handle the distance in the beginning, but then he'll walk him down and just beat him down. I strongly believe that. And I feel like that will come to fruition when they do fight. Looking at it as just a boxer versus a puncher is real base level thinking of the sport. You know, it's more that goes into it. Not even just physical, which the only advantage I give Devin over Tank is his size. But other than that, it's more than that. In my opinion, I think it's about the person, about their mindset, about how they approach the fight or approach whatever they're into. I think that about a lot of things. Like even if you look at the NBA, Anthony Davis is probably more skilled than Giannis, right? We could all agree with that. But who's the better player? Giannis, from his mindset, the way he attacks the game. The boxer always beating the puncher narrative is not true at all. We just saw it this weekend. That's the closest example I can think of off the top of my head because we just saw it this weekend. Montana Love and Stevie Sparks. Stevie Sparks was giving Montana Love problems. He probably would have stopped him. If not stopped him, he probably would have won the fight by a round or two. So that's what I got, man. The tank hate gotta stop. At some point it gotta stop. Dudes can say they not hating. They can say they don't dislike Tank. But it's clear as day, man. It gotta stop. But that's what I got, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that. I'm out.